For this offseason, we obviously picked up Zach. We wanted to add like a little bit more playmaking ability to our team. I'd say scrims before the first matches. It definitely took like about a week or two like adjustment period. Like you have to play some hills like a little bit slower. You got to hold crosses more in this game sometimes. But overall, it's been going really good, and we were super confident going into the matches this weekend. Going into the Boston match, to be honest, there wasn't that much to prep for. Obviously, we all know the players in the team, but there's no VOD on obviously any team yet. Like it's the first week of matches. We knew that they'd be a pretty solid team going into it. But the first match that we played against Boston was Karachi Hardpoint. It ended up going down to the wire. I think Tyler ended up clutching up in the end.
Pick. It's aBeZy though with an answer. So far, back and forth we go. What a lovely double there. Maybe a triple for aBeZy. Too easy for aBeZy.
Chris was frying the whole time. I think the win probably would have went. It probably would have been way more clean, but we had a P4 to P5 rotation where we were getting all the kills, and we kind of spawned one in the new hill. Second map was Karachi S&D. That also went down to the wire. I think it was 6-5.
Back, Simp and aBeZy, all the kills in this round 11. Snoopy, the last one up. Nice shots from the rival at range, but now a 1v4. People on every side. Flicks it back, but another player there.
Yeah, I think Tyler ended up having like a whole bunch of kills in that map too. Clutched up. And then we had a 2-0 series lead, went to Invasion Control, which I think that map, I think we had that map in the bag, but then on the defense, someone got like a close bridge spawn.
He's front wall.
Come on, dumpster corner.
There's spawn still.
Oh, he's only front check.
Capsule gets a bridge spawn and then finds two. You do not see that spawn very often, if at all. But
it was definitely probably on us, but it's definitely a spawn that we never seen before. So like, thank God.
Never before seen.
Yeah.
Spawn.
So I mean. Thank God it happened in a match. Like obviously that now we can fix it going into the future. Terminal Hardpoint, looking back at it, we definitely messed up the Book Hill and probably the second P2. Looking back on it, probably shouldn't have played that map, but I mean, to close it out for Boston, I think, I don't know if it was Capsule or Snoopy, one of them made like a really big play from the Plain Hill to the Burger Hill.
In the bathroom, it's Capsule looking to peek. What aBeZy find? He finds two.
And then Invasion S&D was last map. We won that map convincingly. I think it was 6-2.
Shut it down. Are they going to give another ace? Is it two aces? Oh, God. It nearly was. He wraps right. That's two aces in this game 5, but still.
Really not much to talk about for that map, but yeah, it was a close series. They're pretty good too. Yeah. So Boston definitely ended up being better than what we thought they'd be. The maps that we won were definitely closer than what we thought. Like I said, for the first Hardpoint, I think we should have won it by more points, but we just messed up just one of the hills in the map probably. But yeah, Boston looks like a pretty good team this year. From that match, probably like the takeaways from that is just when we're dominating a team slang-wise, we just have to be smarter in the moment on like what we need to do to actually win the game, because we let a few of the situations get away from us, I'd say, where we could have just, where like the map just could have been way more clean, to be honest, and it ended up being like a nail-biter in the end. So going into the Thieves match, once again, we obviously been scrimming all these teams. We knew that Thieves is like, we knew that going into it, Thieves is probably one of the top 5 teams in the game, at least in the scrims that we've seen. So yeah, so going into the series, we made it a point not to play Terminal Hardpoint until we get like a few things more down on that. First map was Karachi Hardpoint. Once again, I think the map ended 250 to 230. It was a close score line.
aBeZy picks up one. Now it's just down to can anyone touch. Afro gets into the hard point. Simp just finesses, and his teammates will get the job done for him. Oh.
I don't think we messed up like much on that. I think we might have got broken on one of the P2s, which, you know, we'll definitely take a look back at that one. But I think it could have been a better win if we would have held the P1s better. I think we were getting some kills off the rip and still got broken on a few of them. But that was a good map win overall. Second map was Invasion S&D, I believe. Was 6-4.
And it's just up to Afro. He's got Stallion on an absolute nasty heady. Still finds a lot of them, but not enough.
It was a close game. We've played that team in search and scrims, I think like a few weeks ago, so we knew that they'd be a pretty good S&D team. We ended up taking that, and then the Invasion Control, I think it was similar to the Boston Control, but we just didn't end up losing a defense, I think we outslayed them by like 1 million kills. We did exactly what like we've been doing to everybody.
And no, FaZe will not allow Thieves to break through the street and sit for the final triple. And
the offenses, honestly, like even going back to the Boston match, the offenses on that map were actually pretty good. I think we got 5 ticks on every offense. So like we just got to go look back at how we can close out some of those offenses more. I'd say the factors that went into making that Thieves match 3-0, honestly, it was probably just what happened in the Boston match. We just know that, like, in most of our scrims, I mean, to be honest, like, we've kind of been, like, dominating a whole bunch of the maps that we played. But in a match setting, when people are playing smarter with the spawn, with the gifted spawns that you might give another team because you're slaying them so badly, when you do that in a match, the teams are just going to take advantage of that and make the scoreline closer than what it should be. So, I mean, thankfully for that Boston match, we were able to tighten up some of the situations where we weren't giving the other team free points, realistically. Going into the Seattle match, we know that they're, I mean, once again, that's another team that we've been scrimming a lot. We know that they're a pretty good team in just about every single mode. I think the control in that series is going to be big. SND, we know it's going to be tight. We know that they're a really good search team, so we just got to do our prep work in that match and hopefully come out on top.
Boys played good. I mean, we're good at search. Again, who would have thought? Like the first series, we lost control, and then we lost the Terminal Hardpoint where the hills play kind of weird. They play like, they're ratty hills, and they're hard to break. That's why it's like, yeah, I don't like playing that map. So
going into the year, I mean, you're playing with all the classic maps. I mean, I would say like the first few weeks, like there was definitely a lot of hate going into the maps, but I'd say like they're starting to play better now. Like people are starting to learn more, but they definitely play like a little bit slower. I know like when the update hits, I think we're playing on the the new patch. I want to say that like at the start of like when
after the split.
Yeah, I don't even know when match started again, like January or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the maps should start to play better. The spawns should be more consistent, hopefully.
Yeah, I've been playing with the new spawns because we don't play on the same patch, and I want to say on some maps the spawns are better, on some they're not, but it definitely it pushes the spawns more out, so like it's less hectic on certain hills.
Yeah.
But honestly, I like the way they control and search play on these maps.
Yeah.
Hardpoint is what it is, but control and search are played very well on these old maps.
Yeah, so getting Zach this season, I know like a bunch of fans, you know, they like to talk about the beef that was there, but that was definitely like, it was definitely overblown a bit, I would say. They're all meshing really well together. They all love playing with each other. They all play the game like 24/7. Honestly, just having someone like Zach on the team is just great because it's just like another player. I mean, it definitely pains me to say this, like, as a coach watching, but if we mess something up, he can just pop a 3-piece and just win us a game out of nowhere. So having someone like that on the team is definitely great to have.
All right, guys, that was the Coach's Corner with RJ and Classic, presented by SteelSeries. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do another one next week.